and in today's video we'll be talking about these brand new drama glows from Zay Beauty. Now for those of you guys who are not aware, Zay Beauty is a Pakistani brand, a brown girl owned brand. So I was super excited when I received these in my mail, and I was so inspired that I actually went on to apply it right away and posted a photo on my Instagram, which I hope you guys have already seen. But if you haven't, be sure to follow me on there. I mean, yeah, let's be friends. So for those of you guys who have been around for a while, you guys must have watched my Zay Beauty eyeshadow palette review and the looks I did. I used every single eyeshadow in that palette in my video, and I will link it up here in the iCard for you guys to watch it if you haven't already. But this is their second release, and they actually also came out with this Mr. Perfect sponge, which is a beauty sponge, a makeup blending sponge. And somebody on my Instagram actually asked me to do a comparison between this and the Beautify by AMNA sponge, and I have actually written a blog post comparing this not only with just the Beautify by AMNA sponge but also the original beauty blender. So be sure to check that out. I'll be linking that in the description box. But just to get this out of the way, I would say that, you know, this offers a pretty good value for money. It has a flat side, it has a dome side, and it is only for 900 rupees, which I think is a steal for the quality, and I really like it. I think this might be my favorite, but yeah, please do check out the blog post for in-depth differences and details and how big this gets and all of that. So yeah, I'll link that in the description box. Be sure to check it out. And now let's move on to the highlighters. So like I said, these are called the Zay Beauty Drama Glows, and they come in duos, and currently Zay Beauty has released 2 pair of these. So the ones I have is called Chamak Damak, and there is another one that is called Chan Tara. So the concept is that one of these is a cream highlighter and then the other one is a powder highlighter, and you are supposed to pair them together, wear them together, build them up, layer them so that you get a really nice blinding glow. And you know, if you want to amp up the look, this is how you should go about it. And they are sold in duos, so you cannot buy these individually. Now I got the shades Chamak Damak, and Chamak Damak is basically for medium to deeper skin tones, and this has a cool undertone. I would say that I do have like a medium tan skin tone, but I have very warm undertones. So for me, I would say in some lighting this can look a bit ashy. But the other duo, that is Chan Tara, is for fair to medium skin tones, and that is warm toned. So it's a bit lighter. I would say that, you know, when I swatched these at first, and even in the arm swatches, you'll see that this looks darker on my arm, but when I apply it on top of my base, like after I do whole of my makeup, I think it looks fine. It looks nice. I love the glow that it adds, and I did ask you guys to, you know, drop any questions that you have regarding these, and I did get a few questions regarding how this looks on skin and whether it accentuates texture or not. And I would say that I do have problematic skin. I do have a lot of skin texture, but I would say that this duo does not accentuate my texture any more than it should. I mean, of course, if you're going to highlight, if you're going to put highlight and you have wrinkles, if you have lines, it might get highlighted a little bit. But since the formula is really nice, especially the Chamak, which is the creamy one, it would not accentuate or settle into your lines. And even Damak, which is the powder one, is very soft and buttery. It blends out really nicely, so it does not look chalky or powdery, and it would not accentuate your texture basically. I also got a few questions asking whether these are glittery or shimmery, how is the formulation, and I would say that thank God these are not glittery. Like, they don't have chunky glitter in it, and that's another reason why this would not bring attention to the texture on your skin. This is very shimmery. It has like really fine shimmer particles, but also nothing over the top, so it adds a really nice pop and a really nice glow without looking crazy. I mean, obviously I have built mine up quite a bit, but you can definitely... okay, I thought my camera was not recording. You can definitely use a lighter hand. This also looks really nice with just BB cream. I mean, I love using the Chamak, which is the creamy one, on its own, and it looks really pretty it adds a really subtle glow, and it can be nice for like a no makeup look if you just take a little bit of this and then dab it on your cheeks, and that's that. The duo I have is called Chamak Damak, and Chamak is the creamy one, whereas Damak is the powdery one. So first you apply Chamak, which is the creamy one, and then you apply the powder on the top to set it and also to amp up the blinding factor. I love using these highlighters on my brow bones and also on my inner corner, and I would say that Chamak in particular, which is the creamy one, really adds that sheen which is otherwise difficult to achieve by using a powder highlighter on its own unless you use a mist with it. So that's why I really like it. So let's move on to the pricing and the packaging. First, let's talk about the pricing. So these are sold for 2150 Pakistani rupees, which I know for a lot of people that are not into buying high-end makeup or branded makeup might seem a lot, but guys, trust me, the quality that these offer is on par with any international brand, which would cost you triple its price. So it's worth it. It's definitely a good investment, and also you are getting like a lot of product. These are good sized pans, and I'm just looking for the amount it contains, but I don't really see it. The brand is, by the way, cruelty free, so that's another plus. Yeah, I don't see the amount mentioned. Okay, it is 8 grams, which I think is a lot. It's a decent amount of product. One other thing good about Zay Beauty is that they offer bundle deals on their website. So you can buy these with the Mod Squad palette or the sponge, and you can save a little bit of cash on that, so that's also nice. Now, last but not the least, let's talk about the packaging. Finally, they come in these rectangular palettes, and they have a sleeve on top. These look identical, and that's pretty much my only gripe with the packaging, because if I just look at them like this, I can't tell which one is which unless I turn it back around and see, oh, this is Chamak, oh, this is Damak. So that's my only complaint. I mean, obviously this is nitpicking at this point, but I really wish there was some way of distinguishing it, like they had something on the front, maybe they were like different shades, because even the Chantara is very identical. So if you own 4 of them, you will be like, what, which one's which? So yeah, that's that, but that's obviously not a deal breaker. That's just literally nitpicking. Other than that, the packaging is very sturdy. It is a cardboard packaging, but it is sleek, so it is travel friendly. And then you get a mirror on the inside, which is one thing I love about Zay Beauty, that they always include a mirror, because I have paid like 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 for eyeshadow palettes, makeup palettes that do not come with mirrors, and I'm like, why? So this also furthermore adds to the value of the product, because you always need a mirror, especially if you're on the go. You need a mirror. So that's one thing that I really appreciate about Zay Beauty. The formulation is beautiful. Obviously the powder one does tend to get all over the place. I mean, I was just looking at the packaging, but not a deal breaker. It's not too powdery. It's obviously a powder highlight, so what do you expect? But it's not chalky, so that's nice. And that's pretty much all that I have for you today. If you have any more questions, concerns, anything of the sort, please leave them in the comment section, and I will be sure to respond as soon as possible. I will be linking the Zay Beauty's website in the description box as well, because you can only buy these online at the moment. So yeah, be sure to check that out as well. And now, let him pass. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye.